Hey, it's Eric here at Peachtree Classic Cars, and this is a 1962 Chevrolet C10, and it's a nice little driver is what we call it around here, kind of a shop truck or a driver, and it's got a V8 automatic, drives down the road good, brakes good, it's a good looking clean truck and a very minimal rust truck. So let's take it for a quick spin here. Transmission shifts good, smooth. Looks like the speedometer may even be working. Drives nice and straight down the road. It's got the original steering box in it, but it's got a new column. But that is just really, really straight driving right there. Sack and show you around the truck. It does not have power steering, but it steers pretty easy. And it does not have power brakes, but it brakes easy too. The idle's still a little high on it, just from it's still warming up. So got aftermarket, good oil pressure there. She's warming up a little bit. Looks like the voltage meter's not hooked up for some reason, but nice sounding exhaust. I mean, this is just a good sounding exhaust on this truck. Open it with one hand real easy to open the hood. Nice clean engine detail under here. A good solid running engine. Got Hedman headers on it. I really like the sound of this exhaust. I mean, it's just aggressive, but not too loud. Sounds like an old truck should sound. That's what I always feel like that's what an old truck should sound like. It's aggressive enough people can hear you coming down the road, but not so loud that you're gonna make the neighbors upset. So nice and clean under here. We've got a clean firewall, inner fender wells. Look good in here. New engine dress kit there, looks nice. This truck's actually pretty minimal rust truck. When I get a truck that looks like this, at first I always think I gotta go hunting for rust on this thing. What's that gonna be like? And I was actually very pleased when I got this truck. So chrome wheels with new tires on them, and they look really nice actually. I'm not normally a huge fan of these turbine style wheels, but quite frankly they actually look kind of cool on there. So one of my favorite things on this truck, it's a custom cab and it's a big back window, and so that's just a big bonus there. Looking down the sides of the truck, the body lines are actually fairly straight, kind of typical down here. Door gaps and stuff like that, that's pretty common. Obviously somebody tried to do a little amateur repair there. It's got a little bit of a dent, but I mean, this is something that typically for us is like what we call a shop truck, and a lot of guys see the value in a truck like this because it doesn't need anything to be driven and enjoyed just like it is. So that being said, I think if you really wanted to restore this truck, you could. But I like the value in it. There's a little dent there, a little probably some rust behind, or there was some rust there and somebody put a little body filler on that. That's not uncommon. I'm picking that with my nail on purpose because I want you to see that down at the bottom of the door. Looks like it might have been skinned, and maybe a little bit of amateur body work on that, but nothing that would keep me from putting my logo on the side of this door, driving it just like it is. Maybe even thinking about lowering it a little bit or something, I don't know. So Glass is in good shape. I don't see any cracks on the windshield. I forgot to grab the glass cleaner, and so the glass is a little dirty, and it's been pollen season here. But this rear glass looks good too. Looks like a little bit of overspray from the paint, but a razor blade and some Windex, and you'd have the glass looking good. Windows roll up and down nice and easy. Let's see. And that glass on the driver's side, I mean, is in good shape. Door panel looks good. Got a new seat cover here on the seat. Nice and comfy with the velour in the middle of the vinyl, kind of original style. Basically original dash. This ashtray may be aftermarket or something. It doesn't seem to want to stay in there every time I push it up. But it's got an old Chevrolet radio in there. It doesn't work. Heater switch doesn't work on the heater fan, but the heater is there and it is hooked up. If you touch it, it's hot, and you see the hoses are run to it and it's not leaking, so that's nice. Probably wouldn't take much to get that going. Headlights, taillights, and brake lights work. Looks like somebody brought this carpet from, maybe it had from another vehicle that had a manual transmission, or maybe this truck, somebody had done that at some point. So you can tell it had some sort of a little console there. Actually, it might have just been somebody put a little plastic console there. And you could put another one in if you wanted to, or build a wooden one. I didn't glue this carpet all the way up on purpose because this is pretty rare, but it actually has the old body tag inside for the truck, which is actually kind of rare. Of course, the VIN tag's right here. I don't see those body tags on these trucks very often. Typically, by the time they've been restored a bunch, they get lost. People take them off with the intentions of putting them back on after brand new paint. They get lost, and see it happen all the time. Window on this side seems to crank up and down good. Glass is in great shape on this side too. I don't see any cracks or anything. Could use some new window felts here. And a couple little spots there look like a little paint or something that probably would come off with some acetone or something like that. I think that's the original fuel tank or a replacement. Headliner. I didn't check the dome light, but I would assume that it's not working. Doors closed nice and solid, weather stripping in there. You can see, like I said, this right here is, you know, the old window felts. But this is one of those things that, you know, little simple easy projects. It's got new steel in the back here, and it looks good. If it was me, I'd probably take it out and go back with a wood kit if I was keeping it. And I don't know what somebody was doing here, but put a couple weird screws in this and nail them over. I don't know. People do weird stuff sometimes. So love the big back window cab. This is a super cool truck. Take a quick look up underneath it. Ugh. And this is where I was impressed with the truck. I mean, this is a very clean undercarriage. Nice solid frame rails. I mean, these floor plans, they appear to be original. I can't tell if that anybody ever even did any repairs down here. And so I'm really impressed with how the undercarriage of this truck looks. And even the rockers here are in pretty good shape. There's a tiny little rust hole there. A couple of little rust holes there. But nothing major, you know. That's a big deal because I get a lot of these trucks in and they're almost always rusty underneath there. Somebody did an amateur welding job putting this rear bumper on for whatever reason, but this looks pretty good and solid up under here. Now, I do believe that to be the original rear end, and so even with the new V8 in the automatic, you're still maxing out at top speed, probably around 65 miles an hour on this truck, because it's just not gonna do 90 miles an hour down the road with an original rear end in it. But who cares? You know, this is a cool truck for cruising around town. One spot of rust here. That's typically what I see, something like that, or even worse usually. And that's such an easy spot to fix. So, got a nice new exhaust system on it. Headers, Flowmaster exhaust. Inner fender wells look good. Actually surprised. This truck is a little bit nicer than I was expecting. I buy a lot of trucks from this guy. And kind of builds stuff and works on stuff, and usually a lot of the things he finds out in Alabama have maybe a little bit more rust than this one does. Not much more, but this one just turned out to be extra clean. Somebody may have even been getting in the process of restoring this thing. So anyways, well, there you have it. 1962 Chevrolet C10, big back window, custom cab truck, very cool. And I think somebody's gonna snatch this up real soon. So you guys stay safe, wash your hands. I know we're doing COVID-19 right now, and I will tell you what, I am trying as fast as I can to get these trucks up for sale for you guys. We're selling them like hotcakes right now. I know everybody's at home, and this is a great thing, you know, a running, driving truck that you can project on. You can still order your parts online. You can go to lmctruck.com, order weather stripping, order anything you want. Order antennas, radios, steel pieces, whatever you want. Have it shipped to the house and be, you know, not feeling quite so stuck at the house when you're in the garage with an old truck you're working on and having fun with the family. So give us a call, peachtreeclassiccars.com.